What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Railroad and More Studios. And in today's video, this video is actually a request from a person who viewed my collection of Lake Freighter minis. He or they asked if I could do a tips and tricks video on how to build one. So first, I'm just gonna start off with the materials you want. So
before we continue with the regular video, I have a little question to ask you guys to put in the comments in order for you to possibly get a shout out in the next video. Which do you prefer? Great Lakes Freighters or Salties? In order to enter for a chance to get a shout out in the next video, put Rams, Great Lakes Freighter, or Salties. So, on with the regular video.
you're of course gonna want like the model. So I have the SS Badger right here. So right here. You're gonna need, I recommend Elmer's glue for this, because like they say on the package, it says like right here, it says white glue, but like Elmer's glue works best. You'll need a hobby knife. This is a carving knife, but it works just as well. Scissors for the long cuts, and a ruler straight edge. And also, if you are working on, I recommend this if you're working, so since I'm working on a workbench, this thing has been through some stuff. It can handle a few slits. But if you're working on like a dining table or a kitchen table, I recommend you use a cutting mat, or a cutting board. So let's open this up. Just try not to, I recommend just tearing it from the top, instead of just like tearing all the way down like that, because you could accidentally rip the pieces and you don't want that. So if we pull it out, you have the packaging, which you can just, toss to the side. And these actually split, so you have your instructions right here on how to build it. So we'll put those off to the side. And then you have the pieces right here. Now, this is a really important piece. Now, if you have a kit like this, you'll notice that the smokestack paper is actually a lot thinner than this. This is like cardstock. This is like standard like paper. So we'll just get started. I'll cut out a few pieces to show you how to do it. So it says that you need the bow, bottom, and lower sides. So that is this piece right here. So what I recommend doing is, you see this like black line right here, I just cut along that, so that way you can just work with that piece, and you can just put the rest to the side, and it minimizes. Another thing I recommend doing is I use the scissors for the long cuts. And don't cut this off. Don't cut off where it says do not cut off. And then you will not be able to complete the model. So yeah, just like that. And same with the other side. One more thing that I recommend doing when you're cutting out the front is I actually recommend cutting on the tops of each of the tabs. That will make cutting them out a lot easier and quicker for you and people who also live in your facility. And same the other side. So yeah, very fun, very simple. Now for the tabs, this is where it is 100% your choice. You can either, if you're very precise, you can use the hobby knife to cut the pieces out. However, if you're like me, you want to speed up the process a little bit, and you want to ensure that you get all the way through, I just use the scissors and I just stop before I get there. It makes the cut extra clean too. Okay, so I cut all the tabs out on the bow. I also did the stern, so now what we're gonna do is we're gonna glue them together. So, if I can get the glue out, that would be nice. So we're just gonna put some glue right here. And it is actually what you want to do also. I'm putting it outside so it doesn't like run back. I'm gonna spread it out with my fingers. The reason I recommend spreading it out with your fingers is because, one, you don't want to get glue on your feet and I'm making a mess. Two, you want the glue to distribute evenly. So you're just gonna put it right there. Make sure all the lines are lined up. Push down very firmly and just sit there. It would be handy to have some paper towels. Wipe off any glue residue. So yeah. And then you're going to do the same for the top. But before I do the top, I want to show you another thing that you should do for these models is you should take your hobby knife and score so that way it will fold nice and neatly. I did not do a good job at lining that up, but you live, you learn. Push down firmly, but not too firmly. And then folds nice and neatly. Same with the tabs and the other. This is it for the hull part of the video. I will skip ahead to some of the more intricate parts and I will give you tips. Okay, moving on to the next piece. Now these are lifeboat davits. Now, these are more intricate, precise pieces, so what I like to do first is I like to cut the edges. And this makes it a lot easier. Now I'll just check to see if my handy dandy little hot glue gun is heated up. Yep. So now I'm going to score this line right here. So yeah. We're just going to fold in half. Now this makes it easy to cut because it's kind of hard to cut around this. Like that. See? And there you go, and you have a nice precise. So now I have my 2 cutout davits. Now I'm gonna take my pre-made lifeboat, and I'm gonna take the glue and put it in this like little notch right here. And I'm just gonna let that sit to cool down. And then you would just do the other side. So now that I have this built, I'm going to take the model right here. I'm going to glue it in this spot right here. Just put a little bead of hot glue on the bottom. And you're just going to do that for the rest of the lifeboats. Now, that is going to wrap it up for the video because that is all the tips that I have. Thank you guys for watching, and don't forget to subscribe to Railroad and More Stews. I appreciate the support that you guys are already giving me, and I'll see you next time. Bye. Toot toot.